चैव नरोत्तमम्
परं चैव नरोत्तमम्
देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं
ततो जयं उदीरयत्
ततो जयम् उदीरयत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके
भगवती
भगवते
उत्तमा
उत्तमा
श्लोके
श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके
भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवते
नैष्टिकी।
नैष्टिके।
ईश्वर परमकृष्ण
ईश्वरा परमकृष्ण
सच्चिदानन्दविग्रह
सच्चिदानन्दविग्रह
विग्रह
अनादिरादिर्गोविन्द
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 सर्वकारणकारणम्
सर्वकारणकारणम्
सर्वकारणकारणं।
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
कृष्णाय
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय
देवकीनन्दनाय च
देवकीनन्दनाय च
देवकीनन्दनाय च
गोपकुमाराय
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
नदोपकुमाराय
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
गोविन्दाय
गोविन्द।
नमो नमः।
हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण।
Okay, we'll go to the introduction prayer. Om Ajnanatimidandasya
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
अनाञ्जनशलाकया
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं
येन
येन
तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
तस्मै
तस्मै
श्रीगुरवे
श्रीगुरुवे
नमः।
नमः।
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टम्
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं
स्थापितं येन भूतले
स्थापितं
स्थापितं
येन
येन
भूतले
भूतले
स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं
स्वयं
स्वयं
रूपा कदा
रूपा
मह्यं
तदा मह्यं
ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्
ददाति
ददाति सा।
स्वापदान्तिकम्।
वन्देऽहं
वन्देऽहं
श्रीगुरो
श्रीगुरु
श्रीतपदकमलं
श्रीयुतपदकमलं
श्रीयुतपदकमलं
श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च
श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च
श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च
श्रीरूपं
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 साग्रजातं
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 सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं
सहगण
सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं
रघुनाथान्वितं
तं सजीवं
तं
हंसजीवं
सजीवं
साद्वैतं
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 सावधूतं
अवधूतं
सावधूतं
परिजनसहितं
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 कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान्
श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान्
सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च
सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च
हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो
हे
हे
कृष्णा
कृष्ण
करुणा
करुणा
सिन्धु
सिन्धु
दीनबन्धो जगत्पते
दीनबन्धु
दीनबन्धु
जगत्पते
जगत्पते।
गोपेश गोपिका कान्त
गोपेश
गोपीश
गोपिका
गोपिका
कान्त
कान्त
राधाकान्त नमस्तु ते
राधाकान्त
राधाकान्त
नमस्तुते।
नमोऽस्तुते।
तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी
तप्तकाञ्चन
तप्तकाञ्चन
गौराङ्गी
गौरङ्गी
राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी
राधे
राधे
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते देवी
कृपानुसुते देवी
वृषभानुसुते
प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
प्रणमामि
प्रणमामि
हरिप्रिये।
हरिप्रिये।
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
कृपा सिन्धु एव च
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य
श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानन्द
प्रभु नित्यानन्द
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधार
श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द
श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, yeah, I'm seeing some devotees. I don't know what happened to other devotees. Anyway, the month of Kartik. Earth Kartik glories to all of you and happy Diwali. All of you celebrated. And
Happy Kartik
uh,
Mantu, Prabhuji.
yeah, so and also we have been discussing about Damodar. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yeah, very
Yes,
clear.
Prabhuji. Very
Okay,
clear.
so we have been celebrating the Damodar month, right? So we're in the middle of Damodar month, and this month is called Kartik month. We have discussing various pastimes. We have seen. Okay, this is the especially a month of Srimati Radharani. Hmm? Kartikasya Devi is Srimati Radharani presiding deity in this month. And in this month, that any devotional service we perform, that would multiply million times. Okay, that is the benediction, that is the causeless mercy by acharyas in the month of Kartik. Srimati Radharani is glorified in Gaudiya Sampradaya. Our our uh, our main focus is Srimati Radharani. Oh, the what do you call glorifying Srimati Radharani. So, and I will just like to, there is a one sloka I wanted to share from my notes. Then we'll go to, because we discussed in the first class about Damodar Lila. Last class, I think I spoke about like different pastimes, what happened, the significance of Damodar Lila, right? And today, I would like to discuss about the Gajendra Moksha, because in Haribhakti Vilasa, Sanatana Goswami writes that devotees who can discuss the Krishna Katna, the Gajendra Moksha in the month of Kartik is very glorious, and they get the causeless mercy of Lord Krishna. So, okay, so we'll discuss the Gajendra Moksha. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, Prabhu, of course.
Okay. So I have some notes written. So actually, I can give the reference where Sanatana Goswami. Can you see my notes?
No, we cannot see your notes. Which is the verse, Prabhu? I'll open the verse here in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
I think that's not from Bhagavatam. That's not Haribhakta Vilasa. Let me
Okay.
share. Hold on. Let me share that. Share. Okay. Can you see my notes now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing. Maybe then you can share.
Yeah. Please give me just control.
Yeah, we can see now. Yeah, we can see.
Okay. So this is the Haribhakta Vilasa from text 71. Everybody can recite after me. Hare Nama Sahasrakyam
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Sahasrakam
Sahasrakam
Gajendrasya cha mokshanam
Gajendrasya
Gajendrasya
cha
Chamokshanam
mokshanam
Kartitike patate yastu
Kartike
Kartike
Yastu
patate yastu
punarjanmana vindate
Punarjanmana
Punarjanmana
Vidyate
vindate
So here, we repeat after a person who during the month of Kartik
A
A
person
person
who
who during the month of Kartik
reads the 1,000 holy names of Lord Hari
reads the
reads the
1,000 names of
1,000
Lord
holy
Hari
names of Lord Hari
and the story of Gajendra's liberation
and it's a
and the
story
story
of
of
Indra
Gajendra's
liberation
Gajendra's liberation
does not take birth again.
does not
does
take
not
birth
take
again.
birth again.
So here, this um, this is the reference from the our Sanatana Goswami Hari Bhakti Vilasa. You all know that Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, then Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Jiva Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami. 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan were trained and benedicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Haribhakti Vilasa is Sanatana Goswami is the elder of all the Goswamis of Vrindavan. Okay? So he said that who reads the Gajendra Moksha in the month of Kartik, they don't take birth again. That means Punarjanma Navindate. Okay? So I would like to, I know we have like 30 minutes. I like to glorify how Gajendra got moksha from the crocodile. We all know the story, but let us discuss from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 6th canto. I'm sorry, I'm saying it's from the Bhagavatam, chapter 3 here. So we'll take the 8th canto. So let me share that as well. Is it okay, Vimal Prabhu? Is it okay if I share it?
Yeah, of course, Babu. Now you're the controller.
No, I just want to get permission. So, okay, here. So Gajendra prayers. Okay. What we will do, I'm not going to cover everything, but I just wanted to highlight salient features of Gajendra Moksha. Okay, so can like in the before there was a Gajendra's crisis basically, right? And here, what is the Gajendra's third chapter beautifully explains here the okay. So I would like to have some devotees to read this first paragraph. So you can pick up Bamble Baju or wants to
Yeah,
read.
Neeru Mataji, go ahead, Mataji.
Okay, 1 minute. In this Gajendra prayers of surrender by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yeah.
In this chapter, the prayers by Gajendra, the king of the elephants, are described. It appears that king of the elephants was formerly a human being known as Indra Yamuna,
Indradumna.
Dimnya.
and that he learned a prayer to the Supreme Lord. Fortunately, he remembered that prayer and began to chant it to himself. First, he offered his respectful obeisance to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and because of his awkward position in having been attacked by the crocodile, he expressed his inability to recite the prayers nicely. Nonetheless, he tried to chant the mantra and express himself appropriate words as follows.
So this is just want to give 2 cents here. This Gajendra is a human being in the previous lifetime. He was a king Indradumna. Okay. So what happened was Indradumna was a king, and after his kingly duties were performed, Indradumna gave the responsibility of the kingdom to his ancestors. Sorry, not ancestors, his followers, his sons, daughters, whatever it is. He went to the forest to focus on his sadhana. Okay. So while doing his sadhana, there is a Muni called Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni comes to his ashram. And Agastya Muni comes to ashram, but what happened was Indradumna was in the deep meditation. He could not receive him properly because he was unaware because he's completely in the meditation. But for that, Agastya Muni took a offense. And he said, because I came to your ashrama, you did not respect me. You are sitting like an mad elephant. And because of that, I will curse you to become an elephant in the next lifetime. So this happens because he's a very pious king. It is not his mistake, right? Because he did not see him. Even Prabhupada writes, even in the case of Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by whom?
Shringi,
Shringi,
yeah.
Shringi, because it was not his. He was cursed in such a way that the punishment was not proportionate to the offenses they have committed. Right? See, this what did Parikshit Maharaj did? He took the dead snake and put in the Samyak Rishi's in the in garland as a garland because of he was not given some water, whatever it is. So here Prabhupada writes that any offensive, any punishment comes, that should be proportionate. For example, somebody tells lie, and if somebody tells lie, do we kill them? No, that's not proportionate. If somebody kills someone, will kill them. So here, Prabhupada writes beautifully, this Gajendra, this Indradmana was sitting in the deep meditation. He did not respect him, and he just, this Agastya Muni, so there's a problem with the most of the Munis. Durvasa Muni. What did he do to Ambarish Maharaj? You know the story, right? Same, these Munis have no sense control. That's why Prabhupada writes, these Munis, etc., are not in a sense control. That's why so a devotee is much better than a Muni sometimes, because devotees, surrender devotees have the sense control. That's important. Okay, yeah. So he was cursed to become a elephant in the next lifetime. Okay, then somebody else can read this few lines, Prabhuji, here.
Yeah, sure. I don't know who all. Vishwas Prabhu, you can read?
Yes, Prabhuji, sure.
Yeah, Prabhu, go ahead, Prabhu.
Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of all causes, the original persona from whom everything has emanated. He is the root cause of this cosmic manifestation, and the entire cosmos rests in him. Yet he is transcendental, for he does everything in relation to the material world through his external energy. He is eternally situated in the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavana, where he engages in his eternal pastimes. The material world is a product of his external energy or material nature, which works under his direction. It is thus that creation, maintenance, and annihilation take place. The Lord exists at all times. This is extremely difficult for a non devotee to understand.
So here, Krishna Prabhupada is talking about the the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He exists here and there, everywhere, and he is the cause of all causes, and annihilation, everything takes place. But Krishna is not get annihilated. Only material part of the world is annihilated and created again, time and again, but not the spiritual creation. Okay, so yeah, what I would do in the course of time, this one, can we start reading this text one here? Okay, so I will just keep reading and explaining. So Sukadeva Goswami continued. So Sukadeva Goswami is explaining to whom?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj. Therefore, the king of elephants, Gajendra, fixed his mind in his heart with perfect intelligence and chanted mantra which he had learned in his previous birth as Indradumna, and which he remembered the grace of Krishna. So, when Gajendra, I'll give some story here. When Gajendra was taken, and Gajendra was very powerful, and he had so many elephants, he had the kids, etc. One day what happened was Gajendra went to the forest, and uh, he started having a great fun in the forest. Okay, here if you look at in the garden, there were a large lake filled with shining gold lotus flowers, the flowers known as kumada. So Gajendra was enjoying in the and the leader of the elephants. He is the leader of the elephant, Trikuta mountains. Simply by catching the scent that element, other elements, tigers and ferocious animals such as lions, everything is becoming fear of this Gajendra. So by the mercy of this elephant, animals like foxes, wolves, buffaloes, everything was like taking, the Gajendra is giving a, what you call, okay, I am here, you don't have to worry. So Gajendra is totally powerful. surrounded by a herd of other elephants, including females, and followed by the young ones. Gajapati, the leaders of the elephants, made Trikuta mountain tremble, and all because of the weight of his body. That powerful Gajendra was. Okay, he was perspiring, liquor dripping from his mouth, and his vision was overwhelmed by intoxication. He was being served by bumblebees who drank honey. Like this, the Gajendra was greatly enjoying his life. And by arrangement of the providence, O king, a strong crocodile was angry at the elephant and attacked the elephant Gajendra in the water. So this Gajendra went to the nearby lake to drink a water, and it was drinking water, splashing water. It was having a fun. Suddenly, what happens? A crocodile, right? A strong crocodile was angry at the elephant and attacked the elephant's leg in the water. So, what happens was when the elephant, the Gajendra caught the elephant of the, no, sorry, leg of the elephant, elephant thought, hey, no, it is so small crocodile, what it would do. So, I can just easily get away. But crocodile was in the water. And crocodile is in the water, what happens? Crocodile gets the lot of energy in the water. When crocodile comes on the ground, even a dogs can play with it. But when the crocodile is in the water, it was totally energetic. And elephant is in the water, it has a very less energy. Elephant on the earth has a lot of energy. But in the Pani mein, this crocodile has a long, and it was not leaving the leg of the elephant. It is 5 days, 5 months, 5 years, 100 years, 200 years. The leg of the elephant was not given up. 1,000 years. It was struggling. This elephant is struggling to get away from the. Thereafter, Gajendra, that gave a condition, his wives felt very well. He satisfied everything. O king, the elephants and the crocodiles fought in this way, pulling one another out of water for 1,000 years. Upon seeing the fight, the demigods were very surprised. Thereafter, because of being pulled into the water and fighting for many long years, the elephant became diminished his mental, physical, and sensual strength. The crocodile, on the contrary, being an animal of the water, increased enthusiasm, physical strength, and sensual power. When the king of the elephants saw that he was under the clutches of the crocodile by the will of the providence, this is the beautiful line Prabhupada writes. Because these calamities in our lives, anybody can get any calamity in the life, right? We plan everything within our ability to gain everything, but still failures comes in our life because we don't plan for the failures, but failures is a part of our life. We don't, but they would be automatically coming. We have planned everything. Gajendra never thought that he would become helpless by a small crocodile in the water. In our lives also, we see many crocodiles, right? In our lives, when you start devotional service, many crocodiles come on our way to disturb our devotional service as well. Sometimes, everything and life, as long as life goes, we think we are under the control. But when the life comes upside down, then it thinks, why is it happening to me? What is the reason for this things happen in our life? Gajendra, very powerful, very talented, having a fun, but suddenly the Prabhupada writes beautifully here, if you look at that, will of the providence. Will means that is the arrangement of the Lord. And being embodied and circumstantially helpless, could not save himself from the danger. This happens in our devotional lives as well, my dear devotees. Sometimes we think we are under control. Sometimes what happens is we cannot control our lives. We cannot. Something comes and something takes away. That is the situation of the material world. Because material world is always dvanda. Dvanda means a good and bad. See, always there. He was extremely afraid of being killed. Look at that. Gajendra, so powerful. Whole forest was scared of Gajendra. Now Gajendra is scared by a small crocodile which is in the water. That is the situation. That is the providence. The moment, the will of the providence. That means by arrangement of the Lord. So Prabhupada gives another example here. that Parikshit Maharaj was saved by whom?
Prabhu, Krishna only, right, Prabhu? That
When
Uttara.
Brahmastra,
Yeah,
when
Brahma.
Brahmastra came, who saved him? Krishna saved. When Mother Uttara, the moment the Brahmastra started coming, she started running towards Krishna. Pahimam, Pahimam, Pahimam Deva, Rakshami, Rakshami, Rakshami. She could have taken the shelter of Bhishma Deva or Pandavas, all five, etc., etc. But ultimately, only Supreme Lord can save us. Right? The Pandavas are very, very valorous people, right? They could have saved her. And also Bhishma Pitamaha is there. But she took the shelter of only Supreme Lord Krishna. Pahimam, Pahimam, Rakshami, Raksha, Raksha. And Krishna saved. There Krishna became a Anguliya. He became a small Anguliya. He went inside the womb of Mother Uttara and saved Krishna. But at the same time, same Supreme Personality of Godhead also, by the will of the providence, when curse was given by Shrungi, he did not save, right? He did not come in to rescue to save him. Why? Because Krishna, by the providence of the will, he let happen certain things for their own sake only. When curse was given, he did not come and stop the curse. But he was given curse. Parikshit Maharaj has to leave this planet. Why? Because he was missing in the spiritual world. And he made, Parikshit Maharaj has become a reason for the Bhagavatam to manifest. Right? Because Sukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, and we are all able to hear even today as well. Why? Because the providence of the will. Here, Gajendra Moksha also same thing. By providence of the will, the small crocodile is controlling his life. He consequently thought for a long time and finally reached the following decision. The other elephants, look at the other elephants who are my friends, relatives, could not rescue from his danger. In our devotional life also, no friends can help when we are in that dangerous situation. Only Supreme Lord. What then to speak of my wives? They cannot do anything. It is by the will of providence that I have attacked by this crocodile. Therefore, I shall seek the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always shelter of everyone, even of the great personalities. This is the now look at the Gajendra. He tried with his friends. Okay, some people have compassion, but they don't have the power to save you. Some people have the power to save us, but they don't have the compassion. Okay, Gajendra friends, they have compassion, etc. Everything was there, but they were not able to save him. Only everybody can able to weep him, but Gajendra, the crocodile is so powerful, it was fooling Gajendra. That happens in our calamities also lives. People have compassion and they may not have the capacity. They have the capacity, they may not have the compassion in their lives. And capacity, compassion, both are there, then that person is only, who is that person? Only Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have capacity as well as compassion, these two things. That's why Gajendra decided, now I have attacked by this crocodile, therefore I shall take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always shelter of everyone, even for the great rishis and munis. The Supreme Lord is certainly not known to everyone. Look at that. Again, the Supreme Lord is not known to everyone, but is very powerful and influential. Therefore, although the serpent of eternal time, which is spiritual in source, endless, chases everyone, ready to swallow him. Because when somebody is not in the devotion service, the time, eternal time, will eat us. It will eat us. Because Krishna in the form of time, if you are not a devotee, the time decays everything. It swallows us and will be gone in oblivion, knowing no where we are going to go. Again, taking different species lifetimes. But person who is in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they will be saved. So if one fears this serpent seeks shelter of the Lord gives him protection. For even death runs away in fear of the Lord, who takes the shelter of the devoted Supreme Lord. I therefore surrendered unto him. That great and powerful supreme authority who is actually shelter of everyone. So this we have to learn from this chapter, that Gajendra, when caught by crocodile, tried in different ways to save himself. Okay, his wives, his friends, his relatives, extended relatives, everybody, nobody was able to rescue him when he was in the greatest danger. Prabhupada writes beautifully that this, by the providence of the will, Gajendra was put into so much anxiety. Now Gajendra has tried all possible ways to save himself. He could not. Finally, he said, only the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also, Prabhupada writes that not everybody remembers the Lord. When the problems comes, not everybody remembers the Lord. And he writes in the next chapter what that causes one to remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any questions on this chapter?
No.
Okay, let's see how he was saved now in this chapter. Okay, so yeah, here. Sukadeva continued. Thereafter, the king of elephants, Gajendra, fixed his mind, his heart, with perfect intelligence, and chanted a mantra which he had learned in his previous birth as Indradumna, and which he remembered by the grace of Krishna. This is the one Prabhupada writes that a person, no, this is also a gives a confidence to all of us that a person who does a small amount of devotion service to Krishna in any lifetime, that will be always returned in eternal bank account. That will be given at the right time by the Supreme. That remembrance comes by the Supreme Lord. Because why? Forgetfulness and remembrance comes from Krishna. What is the shloka? Sarvasya chaham vrisannivisto matta smriti jnanam apohanancha vedesa sarvam ahameva vedya vedanta krit vedavi teha chaham. The forgetfulness and remembrance comes from me. But a person who has done a devotional service to Krishna, that remembrance will be definitely will be useful at the time, right time, place, and circumstances. Because Gajendra totally helpless now, and he just remembered, he decided that fixed his mind on the Supreme Lord mantra. Why? Because he had a previous history of the devotional service. Are you okay, Bimal Puji?
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm okay.
I think it may be boring for you. I'm sorry.
Not boring, Prabhu.
Yeah, I know, I understand. So, because he did a devotional service to Krishna in the as a king of Indradumna, that devotional service, whatever he performed, that has become a instrumental now to remember Krishna. Why? Because there is history. Prabhupada beautifully writes, a person who does a small amount of devotional service to Krishna, as per 2.40, Neha Bikramana Sosti, Prachavayana Vidyate. A salvam apyasya dharmasya, small amount of devotional service to Krishna, will be saved from the greatest danger of the life. That has become useful to Gajendra at this time. He remembered. Suddenly, Krishna gives a impulse. Hey, you did this. So why? Because Smatta Smriti, remembrance, forgetfulness comes from Krishna. Sometimes we forget, but Krishna gives that remembrance at the point, right time. Why? Because you have done a devotional service to Krishna. That's why, dear devotees, whatever you are doing, a small amount of devotion, even hearing this Krishna Katha and doing small amount of devotional service, chanting, hearing, all these are a never go in vain. Never go in vain. They will be always written in your eternal bank account. Material activities are all gone by the end of the day, end of the life. But spiritual activities, they give, spiritual credits will be given to you the right time. And Gajendra was in the deep sorrow, and nobody was able to, as I said, people have capacity, some doesn't have compassion. Somebody has a compassion, they don't have capacity. And there are no people who has capacity and compassion. Okay, that's the only Supreme Lord has that. And at that time, Krishna gives a remembrance to Indradumna, the Gajendra. Hey, you did service to me when you were a king in your previous lifetime. Remember that. Immediately, Gajendra catches immediately that, mantra. I remember that mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, whatever it is, or Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He remembers. The king of elephants, Gajendra said, I offer my respect obeisances unto the Supreme Person, Vasudeva. Look at Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Because of him, this material body acts due to presence of spirit. And he is therefore root cause of everyone. He is worshipable for such exalted persons as Brahma and Shiva, and he has entered heart of every living being. Let me meditate upon him. Look at that, where Brajendra. In the previously, what happens is Gajendra starts, as we see, as we proceed few more slokas, Gajendra's his realization also matures. Gajendra's realization also matures as time passes by. First, Gajendra says, okay, I offer my civic obeisances, Supreme Lord. Now I am meditating on you. Now I remember you are the only savior. Nobody else can save me in this world. That's why when chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we lift two hands like this. When Draupadi was disrobed in the Kuru Sabha, she tried to hold her saree with two hands. Nobody saved her. She lifted one hand, Krishna. Krishna didn't come. Then she lifted two hands. Now nothing is in my control, Krishna. Then Krishna came running. Right? And we do Hare Krishna Mahamantra lifting two hands. Then here, look at that. Even Gajendra doing lifting two hands. Let me meditate upon the Supreme Lord. That's only my shelter. We think, Kundi Maharani says in the first canto, 7th chapter, Janmaishvarya Srita Sri, higher parental. And we think that my education, my beauty, my money could save me. Nothing saves. End of the day, they're all zeros. All zeros. We have only number one Krishna in our life. Everything makes sense. That's why our meditation should be upon him all the time, 24/7. Yesterday I was talking to my wife. We are discussing that, Krishna consciousness is so what you call sensitiveness. The moment, even if you try to go away from that, Krishna gives immediately test for us. So we have to protect our devotion so nicely that always what you call Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. That is the must rule for Krishna. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. That is the philosophy of this one. The moment we try to go away from the lotus feet of the Krishna, immediately we can see the effect of our life, how it goes. Okay. So now Gajendra decided, let me focus on me. The Supreme Lord Supreme Lord, now Gajendra is glorifying Supreme Lord. The Supreme God is supreme platform on which everyone rests, by the ingredient by which everything has been produced, and the person who has created and is the only cause of this cosmic manifestation. Nonetheless, he is different from the cause and the result. I surrender unto him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is self-sufficient in everything. So Gajendra is saying that I wanted to surrender. God is self-sufficient. God doesn't need anything. He doesn't need our praise. He doesn't need our money. He doesn't need our bhakti. Krishna doesn't need anything. He's Atmaram. To purify our consciousness, to get closer to Krishna, to get out of this birth, death, life cycle, we have to pray. We have to take his shelter. So that otherwise we will keep on changing bodies. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. But this material cycle is not easy. Janma mrityu jara vyadi. So that's why we need Krishna. Krishna doesn't need us. We need Krishna. Okay? In there, again, next prayer. The Supreme God, expanding his own energy, keeps this cosmic manifestation visible, and again, sometimes renders it invisible. He is both supreme cause and supreme result, the observer and the witness in all circumstances. Thus, he is transcendental to everything. May the Supreme Lord, personal God, give me protection. Look at that next prayer, Gajendra. Supreme Lord expands his own energy, keeps this cosmic manifestation visible again and again, sometimes renders invisible, sometimes annihilates. Both, he is both supreme cause and supreme result, the observer and the witness in all circumstances. Thus, he is transcendental to everything. May that Supreme Lord, God, give me protection. This is another prayer of Gajendra. So the moment he realized that his devotion, he did a past devotional service, Krishna gave that glimpse immediately into his mind, because he tried all material helps, what he has, his wives, his kids, his friends, etc., etc. Nobody was able to help him because the crocodile is so powerful, and we are all caught in this material world like a big crocodile. This material world is a big crocodile. We have been pulled in different directions in mode of passion and goodness. We have been attracted with so many things that which takes away from the lotus feet of Krishna. Right? They takes away from the lotus feet of Krishna. Acharyas, Goswamis, and they time and again they reveal their identities, their bhakti and their prayers, their literature to all of us, how we can make life easy by coming closer to Krishna. How we can utilize this human form of life so that we can come closer to Krishna. So, it's a huge one. I just go to the time like Gajendra keep on praying all these prayers are Gajendra prayers. Now, if I look like the last one or two, Gajendra had been forcefully captured by the crocodile in the water and was feeling acute pain. But when he saw that Narayana, okay, wielding his disc, was coming in the sky on the back of Garuda. So we'll just go to here. So here, Sukadeva Goswami says, when the king of the elephants was describing the supreme authority, without mentioning any particular person, he did not invoke the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra. Thus, one of them approached him. However, because Lord Hari is the supreme, super soul, Purushottama, the personality of Godhead, he appeared before Gajendra. So, all the demigods are watching. Shiva, Brahma, Indra, they're all are compassionate to the Gajendra, but they don't have the capacity. Remember that. They're all compassionate. All demigods, they wanted to help, but they didn't have any. If I look at here, I often reference the Supreme Lord, by whose illusory energy the Jiva, who is part and parcel of God, forgets his real identity because of the bodily conception of life. Right? We are all forget the Supreme Lord, bodily conception of life. What does it mean? That we think we are the bodies and only to take care of this, but there's a bodily conception of life. I take shelter of the Supreme Lord, whose glories are difficult to understand. Only devotees can understand the glories of the Supreme Lord. For that, Gajendra was praying. After seeing this Gajendra prayer, Sukadeva Goswami continued. When the king of all elephants was describing the supreme authority, with blah blah blah, Lord Shiva, Brahma can also not save it. After understanding the awkward condition of Gajendra, look at that. After understanding the awkward condition of Gajendra, who had offered his prayers, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who lives everywhere, appeared with the demigods who were offering prayers to him, carrying his disc and other weapons. He appeared there on the back of his carrier Garuda with great speed, according to his desire. Thus he appeared before Gajendra. So, Gajendra's prayers have been intensified so much that first Gajendra, what he does is, Gajendra first he will ask for the save me, save me, save me. And Gajendra start praying prayers after some time. Krishna doesn't come immediately, right? He's praying, he's praying. In the beginning, the prayers of Gajendra, he says, please protect me, please protect me, please protect me. That is only is focusing on protection. As time passes by, Gajendra says, no, if you protect me or kill me in your hands, but give me your association, your devotion to me. So the prayers of Gajendra have been matured as he is going through the difficulties. In the same way, Prabhupada quotes Kunti Maharani, right? In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Kunti Maharani was beginning, they had a lot of problems with Arjuna and all the Pandavas. At that time, they were thinking, why Krishna is giving these problems? Krishna could have saved us this. But when Krishna came finally to Kunti Maharani before going to Dwarka, and when he asked, "I am leaving this place," then Kunti Maharani started crying, "My dear Krishna, why you are leaving me alone?" Then Krishna said, "I was with you, but you have went through all the problems. Draupadi was disturbed and you have been tortured so many times. Your sons have been tortured. They were put into different tests. They went to 14 years exile, 1 year Ajnatavas, all these things. And what is the use of me?" Then Kunti Maharani says that, "Doesn't matter, Krishna. As long as you are with us, we will again take all those pains." Because Kunti Maharani knows that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. As long as you are with us, these are not a problems. These are very minute problems for us. You staying with us is a big asset for us. That's why I ask you to stay with us. So that means that Kunti Maharani had recognized the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, and as long as Lord's protection is there, these are all small tests, I will pass them. So there's a nice sloka, it's called Vipada Tantu Satva Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Apuno Bhavanam Apuno Darshanam Bhavudar something. So it means that I am ready to take all the pains again as long as you stay with us. That is the mood of a devotee. We don't go to the Supreme Lord and ask, take away this problem, take away that problem. No. Our duty is to show Ananya Bhakti, and then what happens is, by the knowledge that has been given to us, these issues in our lives have become small, small hiccups. No big deal, I can deal with it. No big deal, I can deal with it. As long as Krishna is there, his protection is there, these are not a problems. So our perception about the problems would change. Gajendra started with save me, save me, save me. Later said, you save me or not, I don't mind. Give me your bhakti. I want your bhakti. Doesn't matter. I am not really enjoying this life also. I don't want Gajendra. I don't want anything. Just save me, save me. So here, if you look at that, so the Lord appeared before Gajendra. Gajendra had been forcefully captured by a crocodile in the water and feeling acute pain. But when he saw that Narayana, while wielding his disc, was coming in the sky on the back of Garuda Vahana. What is it? Garuda Vahana Narayana. He immediately took a lotus flower in his trunk, right? So he was in acute pain. He has a pain because crocodile is pulling. And he took his trunk, flowers. And with great difficulty, due to his painful condition, he uttered the following words: "O my Lord Narayana, Master of the universe, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you." The devotees, we all have not as normal lives. We all go through difficulties in our life. We all have pains morning to evening, right? But still, we have to remember Krishna. What is that? What is that? Narayana Smriti has not to be stopped. Crocodile, acute pain, but with trunk, he took the flowers. That's why Krishna is not asking to give me chappan every day. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhakta parayachati. Whatever, with love and affection, all our pains, like crocodile has a pain, all our pains will be reduced to very minimum. The moment we have that kind of offering to Krishna. Okay, with great difficult Master of the universe, O Supreme Lord, I offer my. Look at that, the crocodile lung acute pain. In spite of that pain, he was able to offer flowers to with his trunk. Thereafter, seeing Gajendra in such aggrieved position, the unborn Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, immediately got down from the back of Gajendra by his causeless mercy and pulled the king of the elephants along with the crocodile out of water. Then, in the presence of all the demigods who were looking on, the Lord severed the crocodile's mouth from its body with his disc. He cut. In this way, he saved Gajendra, king of elephants. I know I did not even explain much better, but some people give very nicely. But this is how Gajendra has been delivered by a devotional service to Krishna. Nothing saves us in this world. Nahi nahi rakshati. Nahi nahi rakshati. Nothing saves in this world except the Supreme Lords. blessings. And that doesn't come easily, Prabhupada writes. It is not easy to remember Krishna at the time of death, at the time of painful situation. We only focus on the situation there rather than the Supreme Lord. Why am I chanting 16 rounds every morning? Why God is giving just that? From that mode, we come back to a situation that, Lord, I don't mind the problems. Please, I will take your shelter. Whatever it is, I will take your name and your association with the devotees, your katha all the time, and that would save me. Like Gajendra was saved. Okay. What I would do, I will stop here. Any questions before we do Damodarastakam?
Prabhuji, what was the crocodile's previous life?
Yeah, there is a story next I will talk about. Okay, he was some Muni or something like that. We'll talk those details next week, Mataji. Yeah, he has also see everybody. This is a Leela, Gajendra Leela, crocodile. I think crocodile is some Muni or something. I don't remember exactly. Crocodile has a history, Gajendra has a history, but this is presented as Leela for the devotees of the Lord. See how the mercy of the Lord comes in the right moment when you have a devotional history. So, how we should build up our devotional history so that we get the mercy of Krishna like Gajendra has received. Time of that. Right? See, everything in the Leelas in Bhagavatam, they're not ordinary people. They had some curses, this, that, by the will of the Lord. They become crocodile, they become elephant. But this story presents us in this that how a person who has done a small amount of devotional service to Krishna, how Krishna saves us. So time is worth investing. Right? You all agree with that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. We'll do Damodarastakam.
Prabhu, can you do just 2 minutes, only 2 minutes? Listen to the sound.
हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन है अब तो जीवन हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन है अब तो जीवन है नीर पीवन है तू गयो सिंधु के किनारे नीर पीवन है तू गयो सिंधु के किनारे सिंधु बीच बसत ग्राह सिंधु बीच बसत ग्राह चरण धरि पछारे चार प्रहर युद्ध भयो ले गयो मछधार नाके पार डूबन लागे कृष्ण को पुकार प्रहर युद्ध भयो ले गयो मछधार नाके पार डूबन लागे कृष्ण को पुकार द्वारका में शब्द गयो शोर भयो पारे द्वारका में शब्द गयो शोर भयो पारे शंख चक्र गदा पद्म शंख चक्र गदा पद्म गरुड़ लय सितारे हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल है गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन हारे सूर कहे श्याम सुनो शरण तिहारे अब की बार करो नंद के दुलार कहे श्याम सुनो ओ ओ श्याम सुनो शरण तिहारे अब की बार नंद के दुलारे अब की बार पार करो नंद के दुलारे अब की बार पार करो नंद के दुलारे हे हे गोपाल हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे गोविंद राखो शरण अब तो जीवन हारे अब तो जीवन
Gajendra Suti Prabhu.
Oh, so nice. Who sang that?
I don't know that Mataji's name. I have to check.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Shankar
told
said-
you told so nice story. Let us now do Stuti.
So
Prabhuji, is
Shankar
that MS Subbalakshmi, Prabhuji? Or
I need to check Prabhu who is she, but she sang so beautifully. I always play this, daily.
put that
Really
link in
nice.
the
Yeah,
Bhakti
put that link, Prabhuji. Yes.
Sure,
yes.
Prabhu. I'll do that.
So
30
he
minutes
comes-
only, and she did so nice, Stuti. I felt so nice. Oh, emotional I became.
So very, very nice, very beautiful. Okay, anyway, we did Stuti now. The Ramanasakam also covered there, so we'll stop here. Anybody has any questions? We can discuss maybe next
Prabhu,
one.
we can quickly do this, no? Just
Okay.
Let us do, Prabhu.
Okay. Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam
Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Lasat Kundalam Gule Brajamanam
Yashodha Biyolu Kaladavamanam
Yashoda
Yashodabhilokaladavamanam
Param Rashtamadhyanta Drotyuta Gopya
Param
Rudantam Muhurnetra Yugmamrujantam
Udantam Muhurnetra Yugamam Brijantam
Param Bhoja Yugmena Sataka Netram
Param Bhojayugmena Satanka Netram
Shvasakam Patri Rekanta Kanta
Muhusvasakam Patri Rekhana Kanta
Itagraivam Damodaram Vatibaddam
Itagraivam Damodara Bhakti Vaddam
Iti Drikshvalilabir Ananda Kunde
Iti Dvikshvalilabhi Ananda Kunde
Sagosham Nimajjanta Makhyapayantam
स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तं
Jantam
यापयन्तं
तदीयेसि तज्ञेस्तु भक्तिरिचत्वम्
तदीयतानेषु भक्तिचित्तत्वम्
पुनः प्रेमतः संस्था वृत्ति
पुनः प्रेमतस्तं तथा वृत्ति वन्दे
परं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षवदिव्या
परं देवमोक्षं मोक्षं वदित्वा
न चान्यं रहेऽहं वरेषदपीह
न चान्यं प्रणेहां परेशादपि या
इदं तेव पुनात गोपालबालम्
इदं देव नाथ गोपालबालम्
ददामि मनस्याभिराष्टकिमन्यै
तदा मे मनसे अवृत्तं अन्य
इदं ते मुखाम्बोजमत्यन्तनीलैः
इदं ते मुखं भोज अत्यन्तनीलय
कृतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धारक्तस्य गोप्य
तं कुन्तले स्निग्धरक्तस्य गोप्या
मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तररं मे
मुहुचुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तधरं मे
मनस्याभिराष्टाभ्यालं लक्षलाभै
मनसे अवृष्टम् अलं लक्ष्यलाभै
नमो देवदामोदर विष्णु
नमो देवदामोदरानन्द विष्णु
प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालधिमग्नम्
प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालब्धिमग्नम्
कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यादिदीनं वदानु
कृपादृष्टिदृश्याति दीनं बतानो
गृहाणि क्षमामाज्ञां ये द्रक्षिदृश्य
गहनेश माम् अग्निदे अक्षदृश्य
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धामृत्पुवयद्वत्
कुमेरात्मजौ बद्धमृतैव यद्वत्
त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजकृतौ च
अयोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामृपयच्च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ
नमो शीघ्रहो मे स्थिदामोदरेह
नमोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह
नमस्ते धाम्नेस्तु रद्दीप्तिदाम्ने
नमस्ते तु दामे सुरदीप्तिदामे
त्वदीयोदराय विश्वसदाम्ने
तदीयोदराय स विश्वस्य धामे
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाये
नमो राधिकाये त्वदीया प्रियाये
नमो नन्तलीलाय देवय तुभ्यम्
नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाये
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियाये
नमो नन्तलीलाय देवय तुभ्यम्
नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare
रामो
Krishna,
हरे रामो
Krishna,
रामो रामो
Hare
हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा
Krishna,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
रामो
Rama,
हरे रामो रामो रामो
Rama
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare.
हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe
Jaya Radha, Damodar
Damodara,
Radha, Damodar Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe
Jaya Radha, Damodar Radha, Damodar Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe
Jaya Radha, Damodar Radha, Damodar Radhe.
Jaya Radha Yashoda, sorry, Radha Jaya Damod, sorry, Jaya Yashoda Damodara Jaya Yashoda Damodara Radhe.
Jaya Yashoda Damodar Jaya Yashoda Damodar Jaya Radhe.
Damodar Ashtakam ki jai.
Jai.
Want to
Jai.
read translation, Prabhuji, or we can skip off?
We can see Prabhu. It is
Okay, ठीक है. And it is, we went over the time. And again, dear devotees, just take advantage of this Kartik month. Chant as much as, hear as much as, do everything as much as devotional service. And we have seen what happened to Gajendra, right?
Yeah.
So Krishna gives. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.